Gorbachev's funeral's dilemma. Gorbachev allegedly destroyed the USSR. Still, he is an ex-Tsar, which is super important in Russian quasi-monarchy. Disrespecting him would undermine the all before the institution of Tsar's power. So Putin's private farewells were still broadcasted. Many things about Gorbachev would be counterintuitive for the American public. First, few things undermined his reputation in Russia more than his relationship with his wife. They were very close, he took her everywhere and she tried to play a figure of her own. People hated that. In America, being a good family man is usually considered a prerequisite for the high political career. You must be one, or at least persuade enough voters that you are. So Americans casually assume Russian politics work just like this, but they don't. I don't really like the term democracy for too many reasons. I don't want to go into discussion into whether the people do actually rule anywhere. I would ask another question. Is this or that regime 1. Contractual, 2. Non-contractual? Russia falls under the second category. The thing about the USSR Russia is not that it is not democratic. It is that it is not contractual. Any contracts dishonor the Tsar. Why? If Tsar made an agreement with X, it means 1. X forced him to limit his own power, 2. To secure X's interests. That's a huge dishonor. Kirenko's statement that Russian state is not based upon agreements should be read in this context. Contractual equals limited equals dishonorable. Contractual equals you faced the interest of the second party and had to back off, giving them concessions. What kind of Tsar you are? Russian people mostly accept the idea of the non-contractual supreme power. It won't bind itself with agreements with anyone. You can't, openly, lobby your own interests or fight for them. You're gonna be destroyed for such blasphemy. You may only accept the sacred will of the Tsar. Accepting the sacred will of the Tsar without questions or complaints is regarded as a semi-religious virtue. All the money are the sovereign's money. All the power derives from the sovereign. Many regard their obedience as a true, moral behavior. Unquestioning obedience equals virtue. You may think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Consider this post by Chadiv, ex-official of the Putin's administration. It is very important. You must keep this in mind to understand why Gorbachev's relationship with his wife brought so much hatred. People will obey to the supreme power humbly and patiently, seeing it as a semi-religious virtue. The power is unquestionable, impenetrable. No one can influence the Tsar. But, if someone can question the Tsar or influence him, even his wife, that destroys our mental model of the world. Is he even a real Tsar? If she questions him, then why don't we? Is our virtue really so much of a virtue? That's desecration, and a personal attack upon us all. Unlike in America, in Russia close familial relations are a liability for a politician, and certainly for the supreme ruler. In the public consciousness, Gorbachev rhymes with Nicholas II. Wimp, henpecked, destroyed his empire. They are not really hated. They are mostly despised. Meanwhile, Putin's divorce with his old wife is correct behavior for the Tsar. He is not dependent upon her in any way. If he is not influenced by her, then he probably can't be influenced by us, his subjects either. Everything is fine and our mental model is undisturbed.